Okay. Well, hello, everybody. Today I've got Sydney with me. I'm so grateful that she was willing to do an interview with me here on the Tiki Talk. I found her a couple months back, and I really love your content.
Thank you.
And um, so, if you don't know me, my name is Nurse Liz, and I am the creator of Midlife RX, where we talk about midlife issues. I tend to focus on the physical stuff like, you know, hormone changes and urinary tract infections and joint pain. But skincare is a huge part of aging, and it's definitely not my area of expertise. I will say I am having to work harder to maintain my skin now than I ever have in my entire life. I started off about a year ago, actually 18 months ago, getting terrible hormonal acne, which I feel like is like the rudest thing in the
Isn't that
world.
the nastiest thing where that you could have where you get to battle fine lines and breakouts all at the
It's
same time?
rude. It's
Hmm.
rude. And so I've had to do, like I said, I've had to work really hard to get that under control, and I finally do have it under control. But so if you are having challenges with your skin and you're over 40, especially if you're over 50, just know that you're not alone. That we do have to change. You know, there was like a whole decade of my adult life when all I did was just, sprinkle my face with water and put some coconut oil on my face, and my face looked great. Those are not the days anymore. I have like a full AM and a full PM and full midday routine. I feel like I'm having to adjust what I eat, what I drink, everything for my skin.
Hmm.
So anyway, that was a just a little rant there, but skincare is important. And thank you for coming on here and allowing me to interview you. So tell everybody a little bit about yourself
Sure.
and what got you into why are you passionate about skincare?
Okay. So I just turned 49. I'm a mom to six kids. I had when I gave birth to my eldest, who's now 19, I kind of gave up on all of my skincare. I used to work for Lauder Corporation, many cosmetic companies, through my way through college, and was very passionate about that, and kind of let all of that go. And then at some point, when I was turning a little past 47, I realized how far I had let myself go, and I had always put it off. I said, "Not me. I'll do this next time, next lifetime. I get it. I'll take care of myself better."
Mhm.
And I got to where I needed to take better care of myself everywhere, and I really doubled into the skincare part of it. So, my background in education, I have a master's degree in education. So, everything I do, I like to research to the umpty-ump degree. And if there's a rabbit hole, I'll find it. And and then I started feeling better about myself, and I started posting because I wanted everybody else in my similar boat who
Mhm.
maybe had neglected themselves a little bit or put themselves on a back burner to take care of family or husbands and children and things, that they could see that you can totally reinvent, reclaim, and improve yourself beyond recognition, literally, um, with skincare. And that's where I became passionate with it. I'm very picky about what I do. I know what I do is extra, and I'm okay with that.
Yes, I think that's beautiful, and that's kind of like a side note to the topic of skincare, and just that. Let me encourage women right now that one of the struggles I feel like a lot of us go through, not only physical struggle, skin and our bodies and all of that, is just trying is like say kind of having I consider it to be an opportunity in our late 40s, early 50s, 60s, 70s to reinvent yourself
Hmm.
and to like we I've become more purpose driven, and I feel like I was actually just journaling about that this morning, is that your biggest struggles can become such a blessing to other people. And I think that's what you're saying too, is that, overcoming battles with your skin, helping yourself feel beautiful again, and now you're helping other people do that. But for other people, it might be any area of your life where you're finding purpose again. And an area that you've struggled in can be an area that you help other people.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
so
improving one aspect often builds on the other.
right.
So if we just make that one, if you make one positive step, and then like for me, if I'm having like a down day or something like that, the thing that I'm most likely not wanting to do is like my routine, like my skincare routine. But I know that I'll feel better the next day than I would if I skipped.
Right. It's just giving yourself a leg up.
Yep.
And discipline is definitely a huge part of it. Like I don't like that I have to do so many different things for my skin right now. I would love to just be like I used to be in my 20s and 30s, wake up, run a washcloth over my face and get on with my day. But I do know now that I do feel better about myself now that my skin looks better. I just do.
Right.
It's just how it is. And people do judge you by the way,
Yes.
your outward appearance. So, yay. Okay, so I'm going to kind of leave it up to you. I would like to cover the topics of, just quickly. I don't expect you to spend hours doing like a full
Gotcha.
training, but what are some of the basics of AM, basics of PM skincare? What are some of your favorite products that every aging woman should be looking into?
All right.
So let's just start there, I guess.
Okay. Hey, Camille. And thank you, those of you who are tapping and liking and sharing. It helps. And if you're not following both of us, please do so. So first of all, there are 3 ingredients that have been proven clinically in non-funded by a brand, that is, studies to improve collagen, induce collagen. So we lose collagen at 1% every year beyond 25, and that increases even more into our 40s. So these 3 proven ingredients are vitamin C, glycolic acid, and a retinoid. So, and when I say retinoid, that can be a retinal, or a tretinoin, like prescription, or the tirazoline, the highest level. So those 3 ingredients are kind of a building block and should be present in your skincare. The most studied form of vitamin C is L-ascorbic acid. It is the active form of vitamin C. There are other forms of vitamin C. They just don't have robust data behind them, robust clinical data. There are people who feel that they are overly sensitive to that form of vitamin C, in which case hey Asha, the other form that I personally gravitate towards is hexahexyldecyl, or THD vitamin C. It is a stable oil-soluble vitamin C. It does not have the robust data of ascorbic acid. So vitamin C wise, there is a price point of $20 to $180 of active forms of vitamin C. I have never tried the SkinCeutical brand, so I can't speak to that. But I can say that, for instance, Timeless was sued for being pretty darn close and close enough. So that tells me, that kind of clues me in as a consumer that they were really spot on. And that's that 20% L-ascorbic acid with the ferulic, with vitamin E, and the pH. The pH of 3 is really key for that absorbency. But the market's really opened up because you have Skin Diva on that list. You have Prequel on that list. These are all kind of in that same lower end price point, but nice products for vitamin C in the ascorbic acid category. I think I'm probably forgetting somebody. SoulCeuticals is pretty solid as well, but it's all that sort of ascorbic acid vitamin C. And then we can go into splurge worthy ascorbic acid vitamin C's, and there would be 3 in my opinion. Allies of Skin has a 20% with ferulic, with vitamin E. They add glutathione, which is incredibly brightening to the skin. They have diamond dust, and it is a gel-like texture, so you're not chasing watery vitamin C around your skin, which I love. The one from Hito Skin also has glutathione in it, and her pH is spot on. And then Drunk Elephant has one that you mix together, and that I kind of dig. It doesn't have the glutathione, so it's kind of pricey without a point, but you're mixing it. And one of the downsides of ascorbic acid is that it oxidizes and will go bad rather quickly.
Oh, yeah.
So like when it starts turning brown and really smelling, it's time to get a new vitamin C. Texacyl vitamin C's. There's the Peter Thomas Roth one. That's pretty solid. There's one from Mutha, Mutha. That's a female-owned company. That is also a texacyl vitamin C, and Dr. Idris Active Seal has that as well. And then glycolic acids. Glycolic acid is one of the more deeply penetrating acids for exfoliation. I tend to exfoliate 2 to 4 times a week, depending on the day. So it's removing that top layer of dead skin. It's a delicate balance. We want to keep our skin barrier intact. That's so important. It's anti-aging to keep an intact barrier. There's a variety of ways you can go about that glycolic. You could get straight glycolic acid. I prefer mixing pads, like different resurfacing pads. So I have a whole playlist on my account about the ones I've tried. The most expensive, most popular are the Dr. Dennis Gross pads. They're excellent to travel with. It's a nice blend of acids. My favorite are the Hito Glow Peel pads. Those have a blend of acids, including glycolic acid, and they have TCA in them as well. They have some green tea to ease the sensitivity. Hey, Alf, sensitivity. It's wonderful. And then Skin Cosmetics has a really nice one, in my opinion, as well. His multi-surface pads. All of those have that glycolic acid. Then if we look into retinoids, retinoids do something different to our skin than exfoliation. When we exfoliate, what we were just talking about with the glycolic is a chemical exfoliation. You can physically exfoliate, like the scrubs. Remember our apricot scrub back in the day? That's a physical exfoliant. We're all familiar with that. And then
the second you said that, I smelled it.
Right. I used to get the one with salicylic acid in it because it helped my breakouts. And it probably wasn't the scrub, it was the salicylic, but I didn't know. And, I've been forgiven of those sins. And then there's enzymatic exfoliation. So that type of exfoliation is the top layer of dead skin. Retinoids, retinal, and tret, and all those, they are deep cellular renewal deeply in your dermis. It's not the same. So it is speeding exfoliation, but it's speeding cellular turnover, not exfoliation. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you still have to slough off the top.
Correct.
Whatever. It's rejuvenating from the inside out, but you still have to help the process on the outside.
Right. Yeah. So there's what ends up happening a lot of times is somebody will get into retinol or retinoids all of a sudden, and then they have the dreaded purge or the flaking. And so, of course, if you've been around Skin Talk for any period of time, you know that you can use a sandwich method, which is taking a moisturizer of your choice, applying that, then applying your retinol, then applying the moisturizer again. So you're sandwiching in between it, kind of lessen that. My personal favorite retinol, if you were buying non-prescription retinol, would either be Hito Skin's triple retinol or Medicate. What I like now, the Hito Skin is very top level, but it kind of has a delivery that makes it a little more gentle. The Medicate has it in levels. So you don't start at 20. They go up to 20. Like, do your skin a break, start lower, and you work up. And then prescription, I'm very much stay as low as you can for as long as you can till it's not effective anymore. Yeah. Like, we don't need to go kooky. Like, let me look and see what I get mine formulated, like, because I'm fancy, also because it's not covered by my insurance. Yeah. So if I'm going to pay out of pocket, I might as well have you mix a little niacinamide and aloe with it, and we'll call it a day. So I'm only on 0.089, and I've been using 0.089 tret for, where are we at now? A year and a half at that mid-range dose.
I need to get your lead on that formulation. I use zero. I use just retinoids for over the counter, stuff that had the retinoids in it but for the last 6 months or so, I've been on 0.25 of tretinoin, and I use it just twice a week, and that's enough for me to completely help my skin.
If it's working, then if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Right.
But at the same token, if you could even use a more gentle retinol on those other nights, you know what I mean?
I use just a skincare that has the
has it built in.
Yeah,
so you're getting that benefit, but maybe, hey Shauna, maybe not as intense.
Exactly. Right. I absolutely do that.
So one practice that has changed my skin in a way that I didn't think was possible was double cleansing. And that is using a balm cleanser or an oil cleanser first, regardless of your skin type. Because I can literally feel the oily skin people do this. And
seems counterproductive, but it works.
It does. So when we make soap, we use fat with lye to make soap. And that's it's fat dissolving fat. So when we go in with the balm, what it's really doing is removing that sunscreen, which we really need to be using, because otherwise we can do everything. And plus, if we're not protecting that investment and protecting our lives, we're kind of behind the 8 ball there. But it's removing all that, all the makeup. And then the second cleanse is getting the residual oil from the balm or the oil cleanser, and just renewing the skin. So if you were an oily skin person, your second cleanse would be a little more cleansing, let's say, than a dry skin person. So let's go totally affordable. Prequels Cleanser for a second cleanse. It's a massive bottle. Mine's over there. I'd have to go off camera to get it. It's this big. It's like 10 ounces. It's loaded with glycerin. Glycerin is incredibly hydrating for the skin. Some people don't like the texture. Those aren't dry skin people. Dry skin people are going to be like, this is great.
I love glycerin.
If you have dry skin,
it's giving your
sensitive skin, the it is. That's exactly how it feels. And they do make it with a glycolic, and they make it with a salicylic as well. Incredibly affordable, great second cleanse. The multi-calm cream from Naturium is very nice. I happen to love a lot of K-Beauty. So because of its affordability, and it's really nicely formulated. Arencia's green rice mochi, or any of their mochi line as a second cleanse, is just delicious. Cleansing balms in the splurge category, Then I Met You, is phenomenal. Oil cleansers would be the Arencia, and who else do I love? Oh, the cleansing balm and Silk Amino from Allies of Skin is so splurge worthy. It's only 3.4 ounces. So when you look at the price right now, they have Black Friday sale, and you're like, oh, $28, but you're like, oh, that's 3.4 ounces. It is gorgeous.
Months. Yeah. Because you're only using small amounts.
So double cleansing is amazing for me, or has been. And then we talked about the vitamin C, and let me know when you want to go into copper, and we can go there.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Let's take a little tiny pause. I just want to say, anybody who's watching this and you're like me, you're frantically taking notes, and if you feel like, oh my gosh, I want to listen to this again and again, I get you. So I am going to be posting this full recording over on my YouTube channel. I'm also going to be posting it within my VIP group, the Midlife RX VIP group. So those are two options for you. You can watch it for free over on YouTube. The VIP group is a paid group. Also, make sure you're following Sydney, because she gets every day. She's on here multiple times a day.
More times than I ought to be, probably.
Right. So I just wanted to let everybody know that you know, because I can't post a long video on TikTok.
Right.
They need to change that. Some people have the ability to post up to 30 minutes.
I noticed that because I was watching one the other day and I'm like, I feel like I've been watching this a while.
Yeah, I have 50,000 followers and I still don't have that ability. I'm annoyed. But anyway, because a lot of us are educating on TikTok and we need to have the opportunity to actually educate without having to just whatever. So anyway, okay, yeah. Go into that, and then I have one more question for you.
Sure.
About copper.
So copper peptides are, and then there are growth factors, and we can get there if and when you decide you want to. So copper peptides are, just GHK-Cu. It can be encapsulated copper or loose copper. Loose copper, when I say loose, not encapsulated, if you were to use that and you were to use the absorbic forms of vitamin C, you either have to do one in the morning and one at night, or just simply pause 5 or 10 minutes between the application of one and the other. Some people's skin performs extraordinarily well with copper peptide. Some people will introduce it and not see this dramatic change. So I'd encourage everybody, if you're not on this app making content and you're changing your skincare routine, take pictures, same time of day, same lighting, because the changes are subtle. Number one. Two, don't change everything all at once. You are going to shock your system, your skin. Start low and slow, like the Beastie Boys said. That's the tempo, just keep it here. But at any rate, copper peptide, affordable wise, Skin Diva is one of my favorites. Encapsulated, affordable, Geek and Gorgeous. I think it's like $18 a little tube. Splurge worthy, in my opinion, is Allies of Skin or Hito Skin. I happen to love both of them. You'll hear me say Allies and Hito a lot. It's because their lines, in my opinion, are exceptional. I'm not branded by them or endorsed, unless you were to buy off of my TikTok shop or something like that. But it's just that their skincare is really excellent. And In Your Faces, copper peptide is also very lovely. But so what it's doing is it's helping with fine lines and wrinkles. It's helping improve the thickness of your skin. There have been some studies that have shown in hair care or hair growth wise, it's been excellent. But some people hey Jen, it just outperforms other people. And you may be one of those people that it works incredible for. I notice when I don't use it. And that could be a big telling part for you. Yeah. Let's say, for instance, you get the Hito vitamin C, right? And you're like, that was okay, but I'm going to try the Skin Diva. I want to spend less this month. Okay. You may notice a change in your skin, better or worse, and that may clue you in. I'm going to go back to what I was doing there. And sometimes that tells us more than when we start something new.
I've never even heard of copper peptides. That's new to me. Never even, and they may be included in something that I'm already using, but
if it were included, you'd probably tell by a blue tone.
Oh, no.
I'll show you. Let me show you this one just so you can get an idea. So, for instance, Allies of Skin copper peptide also has ectoin. Ectoin is a fantastic barrier treatment. But you see that blue color? Yeah. And this one has an isomate in it that has clinical data for thickening the dermis of menopausal women's skin. And that's the isomate that's in it, not the copper, but it's a nice blend.
I especially feel the thinning here.
Yes.
And, of course, under my eyes, but those are the two places, it just feels, I can feel the texture of my skin feels different under my eyes and next to my eyes.
I
definite.
have tried the volufiline there. And to be honest, when you said it, I remembered that I had tried it and had forgotten to use it for probably 6 months, um, because I just forgot it was part of my everyday. Um, it's questionable as to whether or not it's effective, but some people do find it to be effective. So volufiline is it's supposed to increase fat quantities in a
Hmm.
certain area. There have been some people that have found it very effective for that, and some people think it's twaddle. So, but
Okay.
it's a $20 little bottle, and if
Hmm.
you try it for 6 months and it doesn't do anything, what have you really lost? Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, it it's skincare.
It-
It should be fun. Give it a
So
try.
is copper the copper? Is that something you would use daily in all on your entire face, neck,
Yes.
necklace, whatever?
Yep.
Okay.
Everything I do here,
Hmm.
including my retinol.
Yeah.
But some people's neck cannot tolerate a higher prescription retinoid, and if that's the case, use a lesser prescription,
Mhm.
like an over the counter.
Oh yeah,
By
hands
all,
too. Anne said on her hands. I do it with my hands as well.
yes,
Hands are a tell for your age, man. They're
yeah,
definitely a tell. Well, you had mentioned something else. I was going to ask if you could talk about services like to consider, like microderm
sure.
abrasion or
So,
microneedling or whatever. What's
before
like
I go
if
into
someone's going to do it?
services, I'm going to talk 1 minute about the growth factors, because
Okay.
growth factors and exosomes are really going to be the key word over. They were this year, but 2026, it's really going to be everywhere. So, uh, skincare with growth factors can be either directly derived from humans, made to mimic human growth factor, or be plant. So, data wise, the most studied is human. Then we have to think of sourcing, safety, those sorts of things. I've tried a few of them. I've tried the Anti-Age MD, I've tried Skin Medica. I spent a lot of my own money on these serums. So for me, I settled on the Allies of Skin because it was biomimetic. In the human category, I settled on the Hedo. Hers is an exosome. Stem cells are stem cells are powerful in marketing only. They really don't do anything in the skincare. They don't deliver. Their survivability is just really questionable. Exosomes are the least studied but most promising, and epidermal growth factors are kind of where it's at. If you're going to splurge on one skincare category in your whole routine, let it be the growth factor
Mm.
and try to plug that in, and day and night work it into your routine, because it's signaling, whether it's the human growth factor or it's the exosome, it's signaling to the skin. And then, like I said, the plant-based ones, like I've tried one from Peach and Lily, that's plant-based, that's Korean technology. What's the other one? Inky List, that's not Korean, that's plant-based. They're hydrating, they're nice, but they're not going to compete with something that was engineered to mimic human growth factor. It can't. It would be unfair to compare the two. Now, procedure-wise, the world is your oyster. So let's first talk about lasers, because as a consumer, when you go to a consultation office and you're looking at lasers, find out what lasers they have there, because sometimes the laser they recommend for you is the machine they have there,
Right.
which may not be the most beneficial machine for what you want done.
Hmm.
So that is a consideration there. And there are lasers that you can do that have minimal downtime, or we could go full CO2 Fraxel laser
Mm.
and really like have a serious downtime. And like, I'm sure you've seen the dramatic videos of people's like
Look
face.
like they're burned.
Yes. But that is incredibly resurfacing. And lasers can target things from like the fine lining, the hyperpigmentation, the scarring, the textures, etc. I
Sundown.
did a laser personally because I have rosacea.
Hmm.
Evening your skin tone is so grossly underrated as an anti-aging technique. Dr. Shireen Idris is a dermatologist out in New York City. She has a skincare line as well. She has a YouTube channel and talks about that as well. But she is a big proponent of skin tone. So evening that skin tone in 2 or 3 treatments at $300 is amazing. But it's not in everybody's budget, but it is amazing.
Right.
Microneedling at a med spa or dermatologist's office, that is astounding for collagen induction.
Mm-hmm.
What it's doing is those little needles, when they go in, are causing micro traumas to your skin, and your skin's response is like, oh no, what are we going to do? I know, we'll send some collagen.
Repair.
So
Mm-hmm.
it has when you have it professionally done, it has a significant downtime, in a week to 2 weeks, because by the time you leave looking like someone ran over your face with soccer cleats.
Yeah.
Like my kids said, I looked like the movie Deadpool.
Oh, right.
Yeah. But at that 4 to 6 week mark, because that's how long that collagen takes to produce, the results can be very dramatic. And they're usually done in a series of treatments. You can microneedle at home. The therapeutic depth is usually at 0.5 millimeter length or higher. When they do it professionally, they do go deeper because they are going deeper. And I'm sure you know, as a nurse, at professional settings, they are using numbing cream. I do not personally, even when I microneedle with a pen on myself, I do not use a numbing cream because there are associated risks with using lidocaine over surface areas.
Right. Permanent damage there.
Right. And
you're reducing the lidocaine internally when you puncture. So.
And the cardiac implications potentially of depending on surface area and pre-existing condition. It's just too much as a content creator for me to offer, but
yeah.
CO2 is better without numbing.
Yeah.
You think so, Jennifer? But at any rate, professionally done microneedling is very deep. And then after you get it done, your skin will feel kind of sandpapery as it's like kind of renewing, and then you're going to be beaming. And then I had an Ulu ultrasound technique done once before. That is deep ultrasound. Hey, Candace, deep ultrasound done. It's supposed to be collagen inducing. I can't tell you that it did or didn't do anything. So for my bank account, I would go laser again or microneedling, hands down. And and then there's a whole Morpheus 8 debate with microneedling with radio frequency. There's some fat loss potential, so you have to be really careful with the provider you're seeking.
Oh yeah, we don't want to lose any any fat.
No, because I don't need any more hollowing.
No, we don't want any more drooping, hollowing, sinking in. No, we don't need any of that.
I am looking into Sculptra.
Okay, that is what is that? Is that cold
the
laser?
Polylactic acid. It's PLLA, I believe. Could be but it's injected under the skin, and I did Sculptra and it didn't work. It cost a fortune, said Sandy. So some people swear that it's excellent and other people have no result. Did you just do one treatment, Sandy, or did you do the series? So it's injected under the skin and it's supposed to help build collagen. So I've not had any fillers done. So I did tell you I have had microneedling done professionally, and I do it myself. I had the laser, I had the one Ulu treatment, and I had a refresher of TOX 2 weeks ago, and that was my second dose of TOX.
Yeah.
No, sorry, third. And that's all I've ever done. So I haven't done any fillers or anything. Oh gosh, she did the series. And nothing, Sandy?
I'm not interested in fillers. I'm not.
I've considered to even my lips, but I'm nervous.
Yeah, I've just seen too many migration stories, and I don't know. For now, I may change my mind in 5 or 10 years, but
Now, there are devices that have been how much was professional microneedling? I might try it next month. It's 110. So if it's 110 for you, Jennifer, in Canada, first of all, I'm not far from you. We can go together. Because over the border on my side, it's 350 or 450 for one treatment of microneedling.
whoa.
So where in Canada am I going, Jennifer?
That might be worth a plane ticket.
Right? We're all taking a trip.
Yes, we're all
welcome to Canada. Oh, Canada. Yes.
Yeah.
I just saw a question. I got distracted by singing "Oh, Canada." So, hands down, of all the procedures I've done, microneedling has been the most beneficial. Polly had migration until she got it fixed. And her CO2, Liz, I think we're going to Canada. I think the takeaway from today
is we need to have a skincare girls trip.
Well, it's a procedure, but we'll have to bring her some goodies because I know that we were talking about some price differences.
You probably have to be on Canadian healthcare to get it for that price.
Oh, maybe.
I bet.
So Rochelle said she did her Banish. So Banish is an at-home microneedling system that's dermatologist approved, and it is at that. It is a 0.5 millimeter depth. So I do that once a week, and I have used the Dr. Pen as well at home using Korean skin boosters. Rochelle said that was the second time using it. There was something else that I wanted to mention, but I cannot recall what that was off the top of my head. So maybe.
I mean, we answered all my questions. So you want to? I'm just going to be quiet for a second. Let you try to remember.
Well, I do use toners as a second step. I find them very hydrating. Hydrated skin looks less wrinkly. Mm-hmm. Straw lines, yeah. I'm a chronic straw user. A little filler there. They have found that using the microneedling stamper in that area can help improve those barcode lines or whatever those are. There are other things that we could be adding in. We can always build. At some point, it just becomes too much for the skin, though. Right. But I mean, when I say too much, you got to understand. Sometimes I'm putting 5 serums on, so too much for me.
Could you cycle?
Yes.
Do work on that for a little while and then, go back.
Yeah. So right now I did something that aggravated my skin. So I'm really focused on my copper tripeptide with ectoin, my resveratrol serum, because resveratrol is a wonderful antioxidant and really hydrating my skin. That's really what I'm doing. And kind of moving in and out of that ebb and flow. I'm getting ready to do a chemical peel. I've done 1 TCA peel and a mandelic peel. And I'm getting ready to do another chemical peel. I have not done those professionally, had them done professionally yet, but that is definitely.
And sometimes when your hormones fluctuate, we talked about this before we officially got started, is that I recently started bioidentical hormone replacement therapy. And when I got my testosterone levels back up to therapeutic level, I broke out all over again on my chin. So I had to circle back to, the salicylic acid and do some things. And I was able to clear it up pretty quickly. But yeah, I had to cycle back. So sometimes you get everything under control and then you'll have something happen. I think it's important too to kind of keep a journal on what you're doing. Yes. Or in your notes app on your phone or something. That way you can say, okay, well, my skin broke out. What have I done differently? Or
So because I'm creating content, that's my key. Sometimes I'll see a video I did X number of months ago and I was like, wow, my skin looked really great in that video. And I will go look see if I posted a routine around that time. And it might remind me that I haven't used this or that in a while. And then I may go back to it. Jennifer said, what do you think? The anti-age, it's very expensive. I did not like the anti-age system. The anti-age system, Polly, journaling is an excellent idea, is 2 chambers. It is bone marrow derived, human growth factor.
Wow, that's a lot.
It's supposed to have everything in it, but it does not have a retinol. Retinol is clinically proven to induce collagen. They're trying to replace it with bakuchiol. Bakuchiol does help some cellular turnover, but does not have the
Not the
studies
same.
behind it. I can't get behind that. Number one. Number two, it's very expensive. And number three, it pilled on me. So that's why I didn't
I
replace
did
it.
not like the way I tried it because I was like, oh, well, that's an alternative over the counter. Don't have to worry about the prescription and all that kind of stuff. But it felt terrible on my skin. Terrible.
Yeah. Yep. And
yeah.
$300 of terrible. And I was like, no, this isn't going to do it. So I personally liked the Hedo better. I actually like Skin Medica better, and I wouldn't tell anybody to buy that one because the bottle of it is so atrocious. I remember what the other thing, no, for $300, you want to tell me for $300 you're going to put out a video on how I need to like tap your bottle upside down 3 times and push a pin up it to do the dual chamber? No, seriously, go Google it. It's online. They have how to use their pump bottle effectively. For $300, get a new pump. Like seriously, buy some new bottling. I remembered what the other thing I wanted to mention was estrogen cream.
Oh yeah, yeah, I do that.
So I get mine formulated, and it's the alloy. It's the M4. Is it M4? Yeah, it's M4. I don't think you need the I one, like because now they have an I one. It just like I think if we're applying it, Liz, and we go like watch like this, like it would be okay. You know, like
you need a separate cream for
yeah, they sell a separate I one. I feel like we could just do that and
How about just dab it on?
pretend it's okay. But at any rate, and they did do they have data on their site about its blood levels. So those people that may not be candidates for HRT could still benefit potentially. Of course, they should speak to their providers, but
Yeah,
it has a good shot.
Negligible dose. So yeah, definitely. Well, thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
I don't want to keep you any longer, but this was fantastic. I'm actually going to have to go back and listen to this on slow-mo and write more notes.
Okay.
So it was awesome. Absolutely
All right.
awesome. I think that's really going to help people,
Thank you.
get a leg up to know where to get started. We can't, we're past the point of going to the drugstore to get our skincare, y'all. If you're over 40, you have to take it seriously.
Yep. And you can make gains. We're not just holding back a dial. You can make significant gains. Yeah, I'm struggling. Yes, Polly. So I've lost over 120 personally in a year. Thanks, Nana. Personally. So the combination of those retinoids has been extremely helpful for me. The using the growth factor has been exceptional, or an exosome, and microneedling, where those 3 things helped induce that collagen. I'll get close so you can see it. I still struggle a little bit here because I literally lost a person the size. So not only do I have laxity from that, but I'm doing a lot. So.
And
you do not look 102, Sandy.
You have to give yourself time. You have to give it time.
Yep.
Yeah. A lot of us
thank you, Polly.
like for me, I neglected my skin for decades. So it's taken me a year to get to this point, and I still have ways to go. But at least now I have a plan. I have a plan, an action plan.
Okay.
So okay, well.
All right. Well, thank you very much. Let me know when it posts. I always forget that I am over there. So
yeah,
on the TUBE, but I forget I'm there. I always forget to post there. It's so hard to keep track of all this stuff.
To say that word on here.
Well,
at least we did.
Some of us have gotten used to spelling all the time.
Oh gosh, it's like back when our kids were toddlers and we had to spell.
That's right. All right,
I have to do that with my grandsons now. With my daughter, we're always like speaking in code, and my 2-year-old grandson will be like, XPL, because he's like
just trying to make up letters.
Yeah, he is
awesome.
So cute. All right, well, thank you.
All right, thank you so much.
Okay, all right, bye bye.